first flight of the orbital Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower. Discovery's core computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream, guys. Monday Night Football tonight. Little Eagles and Cowboys game. As always, guys, we're going to talk through tonight's Showdown slate. Appreciate all you being here, for the next 30 to 45 minutes. If you have any questions about tonight's game, whether that's lineup-specific questions, roster construction, whatever it may be, you can start throwing those in chat. I'm going to try and answer everyone's questions, over the next 30 to 45 minutes. But I appreciate all you guys being here. What's up, T-Money? What's up, GOAT? Let's get this money. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Got a $5 super chat from my man Horatio. Monday Night Football, Noah the GOAT. I'm almost close, but my second guessing kills me. I got to change that ASAP. Yeah, second guessing yourself, that's something we all do in DFS, I would say. But thank you for the $5 super chat, Horatio. I appreciate that, my man. Sometimes, bro, you gotta go with your gut, I guess. You just gotta, whatever you put out there, sometimes you just gotta let it fly. Don't never tinker. Tinkering never does any good. I've definitely done that too many times where I've tinkered with my lineups and it comes back to bite me. I try and avoid doing that now. Just, when I'm done with my lineups, I'm done. I'm not going to touch the computer till lock. What's up, Odufa? What's up, man? Best captain at single game entry. I would say my favorite captain overall on this slate is probably Amari Cooper. I would say it's one of the Cowboys receivers, either Amari Cooper or CeeDee Lamb. I don't think you can't go wrong with either one. Right now, I think Amari Cooper's coming in a little bit lower owned than CeeDee Lamb is. Not by much. It's very close. They're both projecting very closely, but you're getting a little bit lower ownership on Amari Cooper. I think him and CeeDee Lamb are probably my two favorite captain plays, and they're going to be pretty popular at the captain. Right now they're projecting out as the third and fourth highest owned captain. But I think both these guys, CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper, are going to get heavy target shares, especially without Michael Gallup. You should get probably 10 to 12 targets for both Cooper and Lamb. And we know this Cowboys offense, they're going to throw the ball a ton. So, yeah, I like both those guys. I would give the edge to Cooper, though, I think. Pollard at captain? I don't think I'd be playing Pollard at captain. I think Pollard's going to be super, super low owned because he's just too expensive. Like $7,600 for a backup running back it's really hard to pay that price tag. Like he only projects for 9 fantasy points, which is the same as like Kenneth Gainwell. Like Jalen Reagor projects for more than Pollard. Zeke projects for way more than Pollard. Devontae Smith projects for way more, and those guys aren't that much more expensive than Pollard. Like Pollard right now, his total ownership is 17%. His captain ownership is 2%. So he's going to be super low owned, but it's tough to pay $7,600 for Tony Pollard. He's still only going to play 35% of the snaps, probably get like 8 or 10 touches. You're going to need him to like break off a long touchdown run or something for him to really be viable, I think, at that price tag. Just too expensive, in my opinion. Hurts is the best captain for tonight. I mean, I think Hurts is definitely captain viable. Rarely, I don't play quarterbacks at captain too often, but I think a dual threat quarterback like Jalen Hurts that has, rushing upside, yeah, he can definitely be captain viable. Because Hurts can go out there and throw for 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then he can run for 80 yards and a touchdown. Whereas, like, obviously, Dak Prescott is probably not going to do that. But Dak is, someone you could play at captain too. But I tend to play, running backs and receivers at captain. A large majority of the time, those are going to be the winning captains when it's all said and done. Cowboys kicker or Cedric Wilson? I would probably play Cedric Wilson. Normally, I'm always going to prefer like a receiver over a kicker. And kickers are fine to play, but kickers don't really give you much of a ceiling, in my opinion. Unless they just, get lucky and hit like a couple long field goals. I'd rather play Cedric Wilson over the Cowboys kicker. That's just me personally, though. That's the way I would lean. Kickers, kickers just tend to be over-owned for a large majority of the time. Especially for the lack of ceiling that they really have. Like, let's see, I don't even look at kickers' game logs, to be honest, but let's see what Zerline's done so far. So 12 and 10 Draftkings points through 2 games, and then Jake Elliott, 7 and 4 DK points through 2 games. Like, yeah, most times, man, you're getting 6 to 10 points from a kicker. Whereas, like, a receiver obviously has touchdown potential and can score, way more than that. FanDuel captain, I know FanDuel is a bit different than DraftKings. Like, on FanDuel, I think you're just trying to get the highest overall score in the captain spot. Like, price point doesn't really matter. Whereas on DraftKings, if you want to play Dak at captain, he's going to cost a lot more than like an Amari Cooper. So for FanDuel, you're really just trying to get whoever scores the most points. You're trying to play them at captain. I would say quarterbacks are a lot more viable at captain on FanDuel than DK, just in my opinion. So I would say like Jalen Hurts would probably be my FanDuel captain. Because, Jalen Hurts is right now the highest scoring projected player on this slate. He projects for, with the projections that I use, he projects for 23.6 fantasy points, which is, the highest on the slate. And behind him is Dak at 22.2. I would say quarterbacks at, MVP or captain, whatever it may be on FanDuel, that's a good way to go. You can play quarterbacks at captain there for sure. Just because it's different, it's a different roster build compared to DK. Wilson and my captain in the $15 got to be different. Yeah, that's a good way to get different T-money. Cedric Wilson, he's playing like 55-60% of the snaps with Michael Gallup out. He didn't really do much last week, but he's going to get some opportunity. Let's see, how many snaps? He played 58% of the snaps last week, and I think he did run a good amount of routes as well. Like, when he was on the field, he was out there running routes. He wasn't just, blocking or anything. So I think he's definitely captain viable. It's a good way to get different. Like, his captain ownership is super, super low. Right now, he's coming in with 1.2% projected ownership in the captain. So, yeah, I think if you want to do that to get different, like in the Millie Maker, yeah, go ahead. If you play Cedric Wilson in the captain spot, your lineup is already going to be pretty unique to begin with. I think Cedric Wilson's a pretty good value. I don't know if I would be going too heavy on him at captain, but I think, sprinkling him in, if you're making a lot of lineups at captain, that's fine with me, for sure. I liked Cedric Wilson on the main slate last week, so obviously on a showdown slate, I'm going to have some interest. What's up, my brother Noah? Let's get some nice wins tonight. More importantly, go Cowboys. Hey, let's get it, Colton. Let's get it, my man. Amari or CD? Yeah, like I said at the beginning, I prefer Amari. Amari and CD pretty much every single week are going to project so closely. Like right now CD projects better. He projects for 19.7 DK points. Amari projects for 18. But and CD's getting a little bit more ownership, so if that's the case, I'll just play Amari. Like, if I was playing one lineup tonight, just one lineup, and you made me choose Amari or CD, I would play Amari. But you could definitely play both if you want to go that route. Do you think you have to have Hurts and Dak to have a winning lineup on DraftKings? I mean, yeah, I tend to play at least one of the two quarterbacks. It's just, man, it's so unlikely on these showdown slates that neither quarterback be in the winning lineup. Are you going to have both quarterbacks? I mean, I don't know. I think you probably will. Like, I think both quarterbacks will be in the winning lineup at the end of the night, but most likely one of the two for sure will be in there. But, like, if I was playing 100 lineups tonight, I would have at least probably 60, 70 lineups would have both quarterbacks, and then the rest would have at least one of the two quarterbacks. What's up, Noah? Hope you had a great Sunday, buddy. Let's get it tonight. Are you fading most of the run game? I think I am, Alec. I think I am. Zeke is a scary fade on a showdown slate because Zeke can get like 2 goal line touchdowns and just kill you if you don't have him. But I'm really focused on the passing game, like Dak, Amari, CeeDee Lamb, Cedric Wilson for value. Then Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, Rager, Zach Ertz for value. Like, that's kind of what I'm focusing on tonight. I'm just hoping that like all the touchdowns are through the air and nobody scores on the ground. But Zeke is definitely, I wouldn't say I'm gonna full fade Zeke. But if I'm playing one lineup tonight, I doubt I play any running backs in my one lineup. I'm just going to kind of focus on the passing game. But like Tony Pollard, I mean, I'm not playing Tony Pollard at 7,600. He's just way too expensive. Miles Sanders, I think, is viable. I would rather play Zeke, though, if I had to choose a running back. And then Kenneth Gainwell, probably $5K, probably too expensive, in my opinion, for a backup running back that's only going to get like 6, 8 touches. So I think, yeah, it's fine to fade the running backs. If I got $20, should I stick with $1 GPPs or $1 to $3 cash games? I mean, that's all kind of your preference, Lush. If you play cash and you're doing well and you're profiting in cash games, then yeah, keep playing cash games. But, cash games are only made for people that know how to play cash games, if that makes sense. Like, if you're someone that plays cash consistently, you probably know what you're doing, I would say. Cash games are, people, back in the day, 2-3 years ago, people would say, like, if you're just starting playing DFS, play cash games because that's a good way to, grind up your bankroll. But cash games are hard, man. Like, a lot of the people that still play cash now are very good players. They know, the best possible lineups to be building. They know the optimal plays. They all have access to good projections that are spitting out good optimal lineups. You don't really see people playing just shitty lineups in cash anymore. NFL is the one sport where I think there is an edge in cash games just because there's a lot more casual players playing NFL. But really, man, GPP, I'm trying to focus on GPPs. I think, GPPs are like the future of DFS. Cash games are just kind of dying out. I mean, I don't think people really get excited to play cash games anymore. Like, nobody cares about turning $20 into $40. People want to turn $20 into $1,000. And with you on Amari over Lamb, good luck tonight, y'all. Always great content. No, appreciate that, T-Money. Amari over CD for me. Yeah, I'm taking that stand as well. But I do like CD too. I'm definitely going to have a lot of lineups with CD as well. Sanders or Zeke, I would probably play Zeke. If you made me choose one of those two running backs, I'd go with Zeke. I think Zeke probably gets a few more touches. I think, the Cowboys are projected to score more points. So I'd just give the edge to Zeke. Sanders or Devontae Smith? Give me Devontae Smith. I think Devontae Smith's a really, good contrarian captain tonight. I think Devontae Smith has enough upside to be the winning captain. And right now, he's not picking up much captain ownership. He's only projecting for 6.8% ownership in the captain spot. So, I definitely like Devontae in that mid-range. He's a really good, under-the-radar captain, in my opinion. Lamb or Hurts at captain, I would probably play CeeDee Lamb. And if you're playing CeeDee Lamb at captain, make sure you get Dak in those lineups. Anytime you play a receiver at captain, usually you always want to pair the quarterback. Do you play three different captains in a 3-max? On this slate, I probably would. If I was playing 3 lineups, I could see doing CD at captain in one, Amari at captain in one, and then maybe Devontae Smith at captain in the other one. So yeah, I probably would do that. I think Showdown, especially if you're playing multiple lineups, you definitely want to be kind of just spreading out exposure. Showdown, I mean, it's not something you should be trying to grind profit in, at least in my opinion. Showdown's just kind of something I play casually, and if I get lucky and I have a really good lineup and I win a lot of money, then yeah, I get lucky. But I'm not grinding Showdown trying to, I'm not playing thousands of dollars on Showdown. And I know there are people that play Showdown very heavily. and they take it very seriously, but I play it more casual based. So I would definitely recommend playing multiple lineups on Showdowns if you can. Instead of playing maybe like $10 or putting one lineup on $10, like doing one lineup with $10 entries, maybe you make 10 lineups and put them all in $1 contest. How about Quez Watkins as a value deep threat? Yeah, Quez Watkins, I mean, he is a deep threat. He's getting like a ton of air yards, so like he's getting targeted heavily downfield. He had like a 91-yard reception last week against San Fran. He's like a boom bust kind of touchdown or bust guy. Like Quez Watkins, if he doesn't catch like a deep ball touchdown, I mean, he's probably not going to do much, but it's a showdown slate. Anything could happen. If Quez Watkins catches a 70-yard touchdown on the slate, you're probably going to have him. Is that going to happen? I have no idea. But yeah, I think he's for sure playable. But there's a couple other values I prefer over Quez Watkins. If you're the Cowboys, are you committed to stopping Devontae Smith or watching Hurts just makes Rager more interesting? If so, I mean, we have no idea what these coaches are going to do. We can try our best to predict what's going to happen, but in the end, we really don't know. So, I know, like, the Cowboys, I think their top corner, I don't know if he shadows, like, Travion Diggs, I'm pretty sure that's his name. Like, I don't know if he shadows or not, if he'll be shadowing Devontae Smith, I don't really know. But both Devontae Smith and Jalen Reagor, I like a good amount. Devontae or CD at captain? That's a close one, man. I mean, Devontae's projecting for a little bit less ownership in the captain spot, and I think Devontae is definitely a captain viable option. If you want to be more contrarian, I would say play Devontae at captain. That would be my take there. Can you play a kicker at captain? Man, I rarely play kickers at captain. It's so rare that you see a kicker be the winning captain. Like, I can't even tell you the last time on a showdown slate when the kicker was like the winning captain. It's been, I know it might happen, it'll happen like once or twice a year, but it's super rare that a kicker is the winning captain. So, me personally, I wouldn't be doing that. Kickers, defenses, I tend to just avoid playing them in the captain spot overall. Ertz, could he be a good punt? Yeah, Zach Ertz, I think, is for sure a very good value. I mean, he's only $2,200. Like, $2,200 for Zach Ertz is way too cheap. And I know Zach Ertz has not been very good this year. Like, he's not really been targeted much. He's only seen 4 targets through 2 games. But he's still playing a good amount of the snaps. He's still running routes. He actually ran more routes than Dallas Goedert did last week. I think Dallas Goedert and Zach Ertz are, going to play similar snaps. I think they're going to run similar routes. So I'm just going to play the one that's cheaper. And obviously, Ertz is way cheaper than Goedert. So, yeah, I think, Zach Ertz for $2,200, especially on a slate where we don't really have a ton of great cheap value, I'm definitely playing Zach Ertz. I have a lot of interest in him as a punt option. I mean, weeks 1 through 2, you had 73% of the snaps for Goedert and then 66% last week, 58% for Ertz in week 1, 64%. So they nearly played the identical amount of snaps. Goedert played 1 more snap than Ertz did last week. So I'm just going to play Ertz. He's $2,200. Goddard's like really expensive, isn't he? Yeah, Goddard's $6,600. There's no reason to pay $6,600 for Goedert when I can get Ertz for $2,200, just in my opinion. Wilson or Jarwin? I would take Cedric Wilson. I think Cedric Wilson just gives you like more deep play upside. He just gives you more upside in general. Whereas like Blake Jarwin, I mean, he's kind of touchdown or bust, to be honest. Both him and Dalton Schultz are touchdown or bust. Can you fade Dak and go Cowboys onslaught with Hurts at captain? Well, if you're going with Cowboys onslaught, that probably means that you're playing, like, if you're doing a Cowboys onslaught, that means you're going to play like 5 Cowboys and just 1 Eagle. And I think if you're playing 5 Cowboys, you probably want to have Dak. If the Cowboys go out there and just like completely train wreck the Eagles and win by like 20 or something, seems very unlikely that Dak would not be in the winning lineup in that case. Jarwin or Greg the Leg? I hate taking a kicker over like a position player, but I would probably take the kicker over Blake Jarwin. Blake Jarwin, I mean, he's just touchdown or bust, really. If he doesn't catch a touchdown, he's probably scoring like 8 Draftkings points or less. So I would probably just take the kicker over Blake Jarwin, to be honest. But Blake Jarwin's definitely playable, in my opinion. And the kickers on this slate are a lot more viable than they usually are, just because the value's not the best, you know. And there's obviously top-tier options we want to pay up for. You can't get those top-tier options without playing some of these cheap guys. Best play 4,800 or lower. I would probably say Cedric Wilson. Cedric Wilson or Zach Ertz, one of those two, or the kicker. But probably Cedric Wilson would be my first pick there, Nick. Good thought. Thanks for your input. Sure thing, Joshua. Sure thing, my man. Do you like Wilson or Watkins as your preferred value of the night? So Quez Watkins or Cedric Wilson? I would probably take Cedric Wilson, I think. That's close, but both are kind of like, both are big play guys. Like, neither one are going to get massive volume. Like, you probably are going to see Quez Watkins get 3-4 targets. Probably the same for Cedric Wilson. You just got to hope that, you know, they break off like a long touchdown or something. So they're both like boom bust guys. I would probably just take Cedric Wilson, I think. You think Gainwell is a viable captain? I don't think I'd be playing Gainwell at captain. I mean, in order for Gainwell to be the winning captain, you would either need like Miles Sanders to get hurt or Gainwell to like go to vulture a couple touchdowns. So, yeah, I mean, Gainwell's only going to get probably, what, 8 touches, 10 touches at most. You're going to need him to break off like a really long touchdown run or like vulture a touchdown at the goal line. And even if he does get a goal line touchdown, he still could be, you know, meaningless. So, no, I would not be playing Gainwell at captain. Just my opinion. Amari Cooper or CeeDee? I said it earlier, I prefer Amari Cooper. Both Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb are really good options tonight. Both are projecting super closely. They're coming in with similar ownership. But Amari Cooper is coming in a little bit lower owned than CeeDee Lamb is. It's not by much, but I think I would give the slight edge to Amari just because of that. But both Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb, I think, will get heavily targeted. Both have a ton of upside. You could honestly see both of them do really well, and it would not be surprising. Like if Dak goes out there and throws for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns, like it's quite possible that you get 100+ yards and a touchdown for both CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper. Hell, Dak could throw 4 touchdowns tonight, and 2 of them go to CeeDee Lamb and 2 of them go to Amari Cooper. That's also possible. Because, you know, both those guys are just getting so much of the target share right now, especially with Gallup out. Like the Cowboys don't really involve like anyone else. I mean, you're gonna get like maybe 3 or 4 targets for both, you know, Schultz and Jarwin, but probably nothing more than that. Same for Cedric Wilson. Like it's just CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper. It's just the ball's going straight to those guys every play. It seems like, at least when Dak is dropping back to throw, he's looking for those two. You think Corey will get some run against his old team? Corey Clement? Oh, God, no. I don't think Corey Clement's played all season. I don't even know if he's on the active roster. Hold up, let me see. I'm pretty sure he hasn't played a snap this season. Okay, so Corey Clement played 1 snap in week 1. He played 1 snap in week 2. So, no, I would not be playing Corey Clement. Jalen Reagor? I mean, yeah, Jalen Reagor is a, for sure, good mid-range option. Him and Devontae Smith are my 2 favorite Eagles pass catchers. You know, if I can get one of those 2 guys to pair with Jalen Hurts. And obviously, you could play, like, you know, Zach Ertz for value. But 6,200, like, Jalen Reagor has upside for sure. And, you know, him and Devontae Smith are kind of the 2 guys leading the team in targets right now. I think Devontae Smith has the highest target share on the team, but then Reagor's right behind him. So you're going to see probably 5-6 targets for Jalen Reagor. He could obviously, you know, do well in a good matchup against a pretty bad Dallas defense. So, yeah, Reagor's a good option, in my opinion. I would prefer Devontae Smith over Reagor, but you could play both if you want to go that route. Could 2 quarterbacks and a kicker potentially win a cash lineup, no running backs? I mean, normally in cash games, you want to play both quarterbacks because quarterbacks just give you the highest floor. And normally quarterbacks are going to be, you know, some of the highest projected players overall for these showdown slates. So you definitely want to be playing both quarterbacks in cash games because any projection site you use, their optimal, their top projected lineup, it's going to spit out, you know, it's going to spit out both quarterbacks. But then the kicker, I mean, yeah, If the kicker fits, I'm fine playing the kicker. Like, kickers normally give you a pretty good floor. Like, a kicker is normally going to get at least like 5 or 6 DK points minimum. As long as they hit a couple PATs, maybe kick one field goal, they're going to score at least like 5 or 6 DK points, and they could definitely score more than that. I don't really play Showdown cash games, just to be honest with you. I just kind of focus on tournaments. But, yeah, that's probably the way I'd go. I'm going all Cowboys and Ertz. Let's go. I'm a Cowboys fan. Hopefully it pays out for me. Hey, you never know, Chris. You never know, my man. Like, there's going to be games when a team just goes out and blows somebody out. Like, if the Cowboys go out there and win 28-7 tonight, there's a good possibility that you could see 5 Cowboys and only 1 Eagle be in the winning lineup. You kind of have to just build your lineups how you think the game's going to go. If you think the Cowboys win big, play a ton of Cowboys and the minimum amount of Eagles you can. So 5 Cowboys, 1 Eagle. There's always viable like stacking ways you could build your lineups on these Showdown slates. I tend to not do that. I try to just build my lineups normally, but I know there are people that kind of try and build their lineups how they think the game's going to go. No Fulgham love. I don't think Travis Fulgham's really. I don't think he's even on the active roster. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, he hasn't played a snap this season. Honestly, I didn't even know he was still in the league. Yeah, I think he's on the practice squad. I don't think he's actually on the active roster though. So yeah, no interest in him. He hasn't played a snap this year. Fade both quarterbacks and get running back and receivers. I mean, that's a really good way to be different, Drake, but it seems unlikely that neither quarterback is in the winning lineup. Like, in order for neither quarterback to be in the winning lineup, you would probably need like just the running backs to score all the touchdowns. So, Zeke gets a couple touchdowns, Miles Sanders scores a couple touchdowns. That's probably the only scenario in which the quarterbacks would not be in the winning lineup. If you want to be contrarian, like if you want to build a unique lineup, yeah, don't play either quarterback. That's a good way to be unique, but I don't think I would be doing that personally. It's just so rare that, the 2 highest projected players on the slate don't wind up in the winning lineup. It's really unlikely for that to happen. But again, you never know. We saw whatever it was last Thursday, Christian McCaffrey was projected he was the highest projected player on the slate by a mile. You felt like you basically had to play him, and if you didn't play him, you were probably just lighting your money on fire. Surely enough, Christian McCaffrey goes out there, gets injured, and if you didn't play him, you were sitting really pretty. So you never know what's going to happen, man. But I would say don't fade both quarterbacks if that's just just my opinion. All right, if you got any last minute questions, start throwing them in chat. I'm going to end up the stream here shortly, though. I got to finish out these lineups and I got to go eat some dinner. I'm excited for this game, though, man. I'm always excited for these primetime games, especially when we can get some money on the line. You can obviously have your Showdown entries. You can also head over to PrizePicks if you want to check out PrizePicks, guys. They are the sponsor of the stream. We've obviously been sponsored with PrizePicks for a while now. Been partnered up with them. I know a ton of you already have signed up for PrizePicks, and if you use my code, it supports me. I greatly appreciate that. For those of you that haven't checked out PrizePicks yet, check them out, sign up, use promo code Noah when you do sign up, and you can check out all the stuff they have for tonight's game. They got player props for quarterbacks, running backs, receivers. They got everything. They got fantasy point projections for each player. It's very simple. You pick the over or the under for each player. You look at their board, you see what stands out. If you think a guy goes over their projection, you pick the over. If you think they go under their projection, you pick the under. So check out PrizePicks. Guys, sign up, use promo code Noah when you do, go over there. You will get your first deposit matched up to $100. And again, you can make some picks for tonight's game. You can check out all that they got on PrizePicks. You think Hurts will be a problem rushing? I mean, he's been a problem rushing this entire season. I think he had like 60 rushing yards week 1 and 80 rushing yards last week. Yeah, he's an elite dual threat quarterback. He's going to run for 40, 50 yards almost every game. He's like the second coming of Lamar Jackson, I guess. Like, we haven't really seen an elite dual threat quarterback like Lamar until Jalen Hurts came into the league. How do you think about Devontae Smith at captain, both quarterbacks, and Amari Cooper, Greg Ward? I like that. The only thing, Greg Ward kind of worries me. Like, he's just a dart throw. Like, he really hasn't been that involved in the offense. He hasn't seen a target yet this season. He hasn't been playing a ton of snaps either. Like, I would definitely rather play Zach Ertz over Greg Ward if you can. But, I mean, Ward's fine just as a punt play. He's probably going to play, like, 40% of the snaps so far through two games. 23% of the snaps in week 1, 36% in week 2. So, Greg Ward's just a dart throw. I don't feel great about him. I'd rather play Zach Ertz over Greg Ward, but the rest of your lineup looks good, Jack. You making any lineups with Rieger at captain? I'm only playing one lineup tonight, and no, Rieger is not in my captain in my one lineup. But if I was playing like 50 lineups or 100 lineups, yeah, I would definitely have some Rieger captain. I think even if I was playing like 10 lineups, I'd probably have him at captain in 1 or 2. But I'm only playing one lineup tonight, and he's not in my captain. Cooper at captain or Lamb single entry. I'm thinking Cooper really eats Philly all the time. I think Cooper is the guy I would prefer. I think Cooper is going to be a little bit lower owned than CeeDee Lamb. And again, you know, it's a coin flip between those two guys. So I'm just going to take the one that's a little bit lower owned, and I think that will be Amari Cooper. Good to play both Cowboys running backs with Dak. I don't think I'd be doing that, Cameron. For one, Tony Pollard's too expensive in my opinion. And rarely do you see like the quarterback and then both of the team's running backs be in the winning lineup. So, yeah, I don't think I'd be doing that. Good luck, Noah. Thank you. Definitely not thinking twice. Good luck, everyone. Hey, good luck, Horatio. Thanks for all your great videos. Any prize picks, please. Stay safe and love always. Appreciate that, Maria. Prize picks, I mean, I mentioned a couple in my video. I like the over on Miles Sanders receiving yards. He's been a guy that's consistently involved in the passing game, gets a couple targets every game. If he gets 3 or 4 targets, he's probably going to catch a couple balls and go over 18.5 receiving yards. So that's an over I like on prize picks. I like the over on Amari Cooper receiving yards as well. Those are 2 picks I liked earlier today. The lines still haven't changed much at all. Zach Ertz, 18.5 receiving yards. I like the over on that one too. That seems way too low. So those are 3 picks I like for sure. I think there was another one. I think it's Zeke fantasy points, as long as they haven't changed the line. Yeah, the line's still 13 fantasy points. 13 fantasy points does feel a little bit too low for Zeke too. So these 4 picks, over Zeke fantasy points, over Ertz receiving yards, over on Amari Cooper, and Miles Sanders receiving yards. Those are 4 picks I like on prize picks for tonight. Is prize picks available in Tennessee? I don't know, Lee. If you want to sign up, you'll find out then, I guess, if you sign up. I think they should be, since I know sports betting is legal in Tennessee. You would think prize picks would be legal. Do you have a Patreon or something where you give your lineup? I don't give out lineups, Jack, but I do have a Patreon. I give out core plays. I have a Discord chat you can join. All my Patreon members are in there. I'm always in there answering any questions you have. So yes, I do have a Patreon, but I don't give out lineups. I'm never going to give out lineups. Just not what I do. Jarwin or Ertz? Give me Ertz. Good luck, everybody. Thanks, Noah. Good luck, Odufa. Good luck, man. Why are you only playing one lineup? I just chose to play one lineup tonight. I did MME yesterday. I played 150 lineups yesterday for the main slate, and I was able to profit. But tonight, I'm just playing one lineup. Thanks, Noah. Good luck, everyone. Good luck, my man. Good luck. Any interest in Cowboys kicker? I think the Cowboys kicker are fine, honestly. The value on this showdown slate is pretty gross. So, yeah, if you want to play one of the 2 kickers, totally fine with that. Play both Amari and CD? I think you can do that, yeah, for sure. If I had to choose one, I'd prefer Amari, but I'm going to have a good amount of lineups. Like, if I was playing a lot of lineups tonight, I would have a good amount of lineups with both Amari and CD. You can lose a lot of money on Showdown. That's why I always play light. Yeah, Showdown, man, there's a lot of variance. A 5-yard run could literally shift you from first place to 50th place. Just a 5-yard run. So, like, every play matters in Showdown. And it just, the swings, the variance, man, I try not to play Showdown too heavily. I really focus on the main slate. That's where, when I'm playing all my money on the main slate for the most part. And just for Showdown, I just kind of play for fun, just to have something to sweat. Good luck to everybody. Let's get this bread. Hey, let's get it, Jack. Let's get it, my man. All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream here. I got to go eat some dinner. Hope you guys enjoy the game tonight. Wish you the best of luck on the Showdown slate. If I don't take down any tournaments tonight, hope one of you guys do. Good luck, fellas. Good luck tonight. Thanks for tuning in, as always.